2 Chronicles 7:14, which, as we know, is a favorite verse of prayer breakfasts and all of those things everywhere. And we often hear it this way, because 2 Chronicles 7:14 itself says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and heal their land. Normally, how this gets interpreted is if those people out there will stop doing the bad things they're doing, this law, that law, bad non-law, law we should have that we don't, if we pass those laws, then God will bless America and America will be great.
Well, and yes, and to put a finer point on it, all of the prayer breakfasts I've been to, it's like we are so self-congratulatory that we made it to the prayer part. If my people who are called by my name, and then we kind of zip over, we'll humble themselves and seek my face and pray. And we just stop right there. And then we pray and we pray over all the sinners and we pray over all the bad laws, blah, 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 and we think we're done. And it is, honestly, it's one of the most hollow, powerless kinds of prayer events that I've ever been to are these prayer breakfasts where we just congratulate ourselves because we've made it to the part where it said to pray. We fly over humility. We park at pray. We act like we're, better than thou because we're praying, and we completely ignore and disregard the call in this verse to turn from our own wicked ways.
Yeah. And that word wicked is a tough one.
Yeah.
Because how could I be wicked? I'm good. I'm good. I do. But that verse says, if my people.
Yeah.
So God is talking to a group of people who follow him, who are doing their best to be God followers. We always like to think we're the good Samaritan. We're not the ones that walk past and say, no, thanks. But we need to see ourselves differently, because God is saying here that if his followers called by his name, that means Christians, you actually are carrying God's name. You're claiming to be God's representative on earth. This verse says when things get tough, we have to humble ourselves. That word humble, I think, means I have to be willing to give up any precept that I have. I have to be willing to get really low and serve the worst person out there that I see. I have to be willing to get low and serve the people that I don't think deserve God's favor. And if I will do that and humble myself and then pray and seek God's face, I think that's like emulate what I see God as and be that and turn from my own desires, then good things can happen around us. Our country can be great. Yeah. So it is a humble America that is great. I think a humble America that wants to end world hunger and wants to do things for the common good and end endless war and some of these other things can be America that can change the world for the better.
And let me say, those actions, right? Like pick the issue, whether it's world hunger or it's, pick the issue. The UN's got a whole slew of, we could go find the list of things that globally we're seeking to address, climate, everything. Like it starts with, what is your attitude towards nations, people groups, races, ethnicities that are not your same? It really starts with that.
And does that attitude match God's?